arrest bi ayren akoso. Arrest krono minim de kofa asa arrest ne den ebai. Eti foma munim NDC Joshua Akamba. Yetimi a police for etimi atwan wana soye etimi akoso ne panchi. Enye ono nkwa ne panchi. China for enkwa insia nso panchi. De say tiefo yedoma kugu a police for ene asoye. Die nti ekofa asase mu na ba de etiefo yen hyede de enim de nti meso se beje bre na yakoti instrumentary mu den na den ekofa ba den na asia Joshua Akamba yabechino de ko a police for asoye enkoji instrumentary mu na de embrace ya I would no TV meso se money and subscribe like be share video we mo benya bi ahwe so on subscribe so no subscribe enkoji instrumentary mu na de embrace ya me do bi aso nya bre ehwe me
because me ten kasem class was na or call afari now you're stopping.
Oh yeah, also most stopping. Yeah, during your tenure. Oh,
and I can confidently tell you it is never true.
Oh, so Canada Japan was lying about that, say or no?
My main say be
Me too.
Sir, Defense and Interior Committee, more oversight responsibility over the Ministry of Defense.
Okay.
Health Committee, we need oversight responsibility over the Defense Ministry. And so I'm going to let the buyer or pass or more call Afarino. The then Minister for Defense, Dominic Nitu, Eja Nejuma, any woman in Nara, call Afari. Only the Health Committee, call Afari. And your Benjamin, a Benjamin Sabi before, sir, or no one committee, call Afari, not Obesao. It is not possible.
No, but that is what he's saying. Also, he denied the committee access to Afari Hospital. He being the chairman.
Possible. This is what I am saying. This is never possible.
Oh, so Canada Japan is spewing lies or what? Say Bibi science that.
Ben Cancer will say he is lying, but me Cancer will say as someone or Kayano and Yano correct.
Oh, okay. And then the other corner. Because I not say and then multi hall cafe because I know our chairman for Defense and Interior Committee. Not doing so quite very crap. Man, more or one cohort, and then one more can say.
So we are chairman, that's the committee, all you need to do is you write.
Of course.
Say be a committee, no, you per se juma. Why? The ministry will facilitate your going to that facility. The patrol what must be.
And
it's finding out. So whether they wrote and I said they did not. And easy ground because the committee in parliament must have records.
Of course.
The ministry itself must also have records.
Of course.
And easy. And very easy crowd. But maybe I'm a committee from 2021 to 2024. I never cited any letter. XS Defense and Interior Committee. I never cited anything.
Mate. Arabo, you need the actually the airplane and say a bay in and call for Baba 500 bed affair. And the horse.
Anytime I speak in the presence of my family, always call him DMB. So I'm so used to calling him DMB, but I need to be careful on occasions like this. I address him appropriately. His Excellency, the former Vice President. You know, there are people that you have in your life that sometimes you're even ashamed to introduce them. There are people who you know, but because of their authority and their power, they either do not want anybody close to them or they pretend they don't know you. There are people you encounter in life that you don't want to meet again. Because the energy that flows from them is not good energy. It's so negative that just the first encounter, if you come with good energy, you don't want to see them for the second time. The first time, you know, I've never been a supporter of any political party, but I vote on whose message speaks volumes to me. My first encounter with him, I sensed great humility. I sensed integrity. and I sensed faithfulness. And my words to him on that first encounter was, stay focused, serve faithfully, and stand firm on the principles that brought you into the leadership. To all intents and purposes, we've moved beyond that first and second encounter to the level that I'm never ashamed to present him or to introduce him anywhere as a brother and a friend. Because that's who he is. When you have anyone who your engagements with him, whether physically, verbally, or electronically, you sense great energy flowing through you. You know that you're in the right space and in the right connection. And that's what Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, I believe, brings strongly to the table. My prayer in every engagement, and as we engage him today, I'll say to him, as I've always said to him, be focused. Be focused on your message. Be focused on everything that you stand for. Be focused, because in this life and in this world, there are so many distractions, personally and socially, that when you keep your focus on what is set before you, you will not be distracted by any power or any authority, any schemes or any manipulations. Be faithful. You've leaned faithfully on the teachings of your parents. You've leaned faithfully on the teachings of the teachers. You've leaned faithfully on the wisdom of the great men and women whom you surround yourself with. Continue to be faithful. My third and final thing, which I've always said, which I will repeat again today, is stand firm on the principles that has brought you this far. The principles of sincerity, the principles of faithfulness, the principles of integrity, and everything that made someone a good person, not a person pleaser. Just stay focused. And I believe that as you continue in this way, whatever plan God has for you, God will surely bring it to fruition. As for us, people of God, sometimes we'll tell you we've seen prophecies, we've seen visions. But you also, when you pray, pray for discernment. That God will grant you the grace to discern. Even the people you surround yourself with is very important. Your success or your failure during the campaign, after the campaign, and every time will depend on the people you surround yourself with. So my brother and my friend, it's always good to see you. And I will continue to pray God's blessings for you. To all of us, if you ask me over and over again, what do you think of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia? I'll tell you again and again, he's a brother, he's a friend. He's a friend, person of great humility,